Alright, and welcome back everybody to another episode of Spintires, Off-Roading and Spintires here, or in Soviet Russia, you stick to mud. Thanks for watching, and we'll get right to the action here. Where we left off last episodes, we just unlocked the last cloaking area here in the center with the 700 as we were driving it around, just testing it out and everything like that. Man, it worked out pretty darn good there, so what we're going to do here now is probably attempt to get another one of the achievements, and it's called Bull, and it's down here somewhere. There we go. Load long logs onto the D535, which we have, and drive to an objective without using the brakes. So we have the D535. We go to the garage. Fuel, and we're going to go fueled up. So we got to have long logs installed. Log cart. Okay. Right, log cart and long logs. And we can't put anything else on there. So, well, that's that. We're going to head out here. And once I get the logs on there, I essentially can't use the brakes. So I assume that means the parking brake as well. So no kind of cheating by like, oh, I need to stop, just slap on the parking brake and just kind of glide to a halt. So we're gonna, but we don't have to hold down the accelerator the whole time, which is what we did for Unstoppable, which we did get. Okay. So we will head on out. Try not to damage ourselves, leaving the fuel yard alone. And get to play with my favorite toys again. Love these vehicles. Grinding this ground to dust. So what we need to do is, let's see, head out to there, down to there, over to there, down to there. We'll go in this way. No, that's just the log kiosk. We need to go all the way down there. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we'll go back down there. And yeah, we'll go down there, down here, down to the lumberyard. Pick up our logs, and from there we gotta go pretty much not using the brakes, which I don't think will be too bad. I don't really use the brakes that often anyway, so, and it's not like I'm gonna want to brake when I'm in the river or anything like that, so I think we should be able to get this one. Not simply, I don't say that, but we should be able to get it. Yeah, I think I'll try and go through the forest trees. We can crush a lot of these trees. The challenge will be, can we crush the small pine trees? Not without taking significant amounts of damage, okay. So we'll try not to do that anymore. We've got 800 damage. We've got 800 essentially hit points on the vehicle here. But when you do that, make your truck look bad. Look at all that crushed front end in there. That doesn't look good. That will not do. In fact, it's probably fairly dangerous to run around with that, so let's jump in the 255. And just drive them on out there and go fix them up. Of course, there's highway wheels on this guy, which is a really dumb idea. But what are you gonna do? There we go. Change the truck back to D. Why they put the parking brake on all the time, I don't know. It's not like these things are going anywhere anyway. truck weighs like 12, I don't know, 17, 20 tons. I don't know. It's a monster of a vehicle. Aim ourselves this way. This is pretty tight, I'll be honest with you. Here's, we did make it through there. Yeah, we should be okay. The trailer's been cooperating so far, which is nice. Hasn't been getting stuck on anything or shenanigans like that. That was supposed to be where we're going. I guess we'll just have to not do that actually. Let's back up. Crush that. And we should just be able to kind of drive over all these logs. All the stumps. Oh, we still took damage, so... Go. Still not a good idea to try and just drive over all these things, which, you know, makes sense. I wouldn't want to try and drive over a bunch of stumps myself, but... What do you do? Now, a place like this would be a bad idea. There's also another achievement that you have to use logs that you essentially find on the ground. Not like those ones. Not that you get from a lumberyard and not that you get from a log kiosk there. You have to use those to make your load. Which, I mean, I don't even know if those kinds of logs would work, but I assume so. But that would be rather difficult. I'll try that in another map here. Or maybe we'll do it, since this is only 6 points, maybe we can do it with 2 points and we get to do it for the 2 points we find in the other one. Probably stay fairly local too, because there's probably debris everywhere. No promises on that, but we can at least give it a shot. Alright, here, making yet another nice drive through there. Sunset go. That nice pink orange hue. Really well done. You couldn't tell I really like this game. You get to play with great big toys like this. You get some great mud to drive through, and I mean, isn't that, you get to off-road all the time, and the scenery is beautiful, and there's fun things to look at, and there's fun challenges to overcome. That's great. It's great. So there's the log kiosk, which should mean we are, yep, right up on the log area. You can just see the 2 trailers, which are indicative of the logging area. Now, this is of course going to be a bit of a challenge to line everything up correctly. We'll probably have to go back and forth here for several minutes. We'll see what we can do. Already have to do the turn here, which we're not going to make. I wonder if... Of course, we're going to get the jackknife effect. As long as we can get around the thing here, yes. Yes, yeah. Oh, no, we're gonna run into that. Never mind. Wait for the wheels to turn all the way. Not that they turn very far. This hasn't been too bad. Now, they are fairly... It is fairly jackknife. Let me see if we can kind of just catch this anywhere. No? No easiness? Okay. So we want this end of the truck to go that way, which means we need the wheels, should need the wheels to go, come on, don't do this to me, that way, which will push it that way. Does that work the way we want it to? And sort of. A little too much. Maybe. I think it's too crooked. Yeah, position your truck properly. Yeah, definitely too crooked there. Huh? Oh, for crying out loud. Those seem to be pretty well on. Like I said, this is... Oh, nice! There we go. Okay. So from here on out, we cannot use the brakes. So we gotta go up here, over here, down through here, follow the road, and deliver to the objective. And we just have to do that without using the brakes, and I think that will complete the objective. I don't believe I've used the brakes yet, so we should be okay. We've got the fuel, let's just throw all-wheel drive on. I'm slogging enough here as it is. I don't think we'll need to worry about excess speed in this drive. I really don't think so. So we will head up. I don't know if we'll have to worry too much about like tipping over or anything like that. Say that while we hit a pretty dangerous part of that kind of thing happening. But I mean, the vehicle's just so big and wide. I mean, the long loads does stand over the truck still, but I don't know, I think we'll be okay. Lights so we can see where we're heading to, not that it matters too much. I do remember that this area was pretty deep. I don't really want to go up and over that because I'm pretty sure I would high center even a vehicle like this. Okay, we'll go around the other side. It's okay, we got 800. Damage available to us. We may end up using quite a bit of it, but we will be okay. Backside here shouldn't have nearly the rough terrain front side. Go. So far so good. This is probably going to be the toughest part of the drive. Now, granted, we are barely moving forward here. Into a slightly shallower part of the water here. I look at the wheels and they're all black and it just looks wrong. Shouldn't be clean. Appears we've made it out here so far, so good. So we should be okay. Still some dangerous water level. Come on. I just gotta drag that damn trailer through the same pit, which is the hardest part. Go. Excellent. Heading out here. We do already have all-wheel drive on, which is this is just a slog. We're just in a bog here essentially. With this trailer still like highway wheels just dragging into the mud. essentially just sinking right down into it, not giving us any sort of like support like the wheel's supposed to. The big balloon tires that we have up front are really nice for this because they're wide and they have a lot of ground support right there. So there's a big wide area for them to press down on versus like the highway wheels, which are very, very small, and so when it presses down, it just sinks right in. Much more knife-like. But we are making progress. We are making forward momentum, and that is success here. Granted, we are going through obscene amounts of fuel doing it. But we are doing it. I guess they really need this wood. Like I said, probably made of adamantium cores or something like that, just considering the damage that these damn trees do to us. I'm pretty sure this is the way to go. This is with utmost confidence. Yep. Again, didn't hit the brakes there. Just released the accelerator, which should allow us to still get the achievement here. Again, I would certainly give it to me, but we'll see if the game does. We'll see if the game agrees. Now there is some terrain to go before we actually deliver these, so I shouldn't really be kind of fighting about this yet. Fine, it's gonna be fine. Let's go here so I can see where we're going a little better. Get a rumble of that engine right there. Dragging these trenches into the ground here, you can see how crazy. I mean, just as the balloon tires are going. Creating basically this path for the highway tires to follow. I assume that's the idea, but it doesn't always happen that way, so what are you gonna do? So we are looking good here. Quiet forest, not a lot of the like little fungus that glows. Being farther away from the Chernobyl accident from the last time. If I'm not mistaken, we are coming up fairly close on the objective here. Yeah, we're right there. Oops. Yep, there we go. Now we're just going to find where the actual objective marker is. The delivery point is. There it is, right in front. Of course, where it always is. Right in front of it. Good. And we should get it. No, we didn't get it. I don't know. I don't remember using the brakes, but I mean, that was the achievement we were going for. No, we did that. Well, I thought we did, but I guess not, so oh well. We'll try and go for... I could have swore we've already gotten short logs only or long logs only, but clearly we haven't, so... what are you gonna do? Let us resume, and we'll take this guy back to the garage. Attach that. Install that. Back up here. And we're gonna use the 255 to the garage. she is. Pretty sure I said 55. Gotcha. We will jump over to the garage. I think we're sitting on top of the other truck. Alright. So let's do just the carriage. And the cab protection and the roof repair kit. And the default off-road tires. And don't need a trailer because we were just going to try and haul down there and finish the level here. Of course, we'll probably get out from half of it. So since we only need 2 points, we're only going to use the carriage trailer here. Damage himself. Meh, fine. He'll be fine. Even though we have the cabin protection on there, still broken. We'll grab some fuel. Excellent. Let's head on out. And then we're going to head down there, go grab some logs, and then we'll just head straight over to the log area and try and finish the map here in a pretty quick time frame. Probably in only 3.5 episodes. And straight south right now, so that's where we went in the series. If you go there quick enough, you still do get the tracks that the previous vehicle came through. Definitely went through here. You probably could crush your way through a little area like this. I don't even have any idea where I'm going. Oh, that's a bit over. Yeah, let's go down here, but shall we? Over here. Seems a bit more reasonable. And of course, the first thing we do is damage this even further. Good plan. There we go. Crashing through the forest here. Okay, this is getting a little excessive here. And of course, this was the vehicle that we had used. Are we anywhere near that utility? Yeah, let's go up and grab that utility trailer. Hitch it up, repair ourselves, and then get on our way. I better not leave anything to chance here. Closer. There, I'm really on top of you. Ugh. Like, what do you mean closer? We're literally on top of it. Fine. Fine. Camera, Jesus, turn. Alrighty. There we go. Is this fucking good enough for you? You old piddly shit trailer. No. No, it's not fucking good enough. Jesus. Truck, fucking turn the way I want you to. There we go. Fine, fucking late. Tiller chair, repair. Fuel up. There we go. Yeah, you know, I could have done the winch thing. I just, you know, I prefer, you know, you back up into it. That's what you're supposed to do. But that's okay. Get a little frustrated, get over it, get on with the mission here. It's all good. Good to see you, kids, dog. Let's see, we should be able to make it through here just fine. Camera. Oh, nope, there's another tree there. That's okay. We do seem to be at a fairly steep angle, this is true. But we should be able to kind of get our way through there. Alrighty. And crush through the small brush here, because that probably won't hurt us. There we go. Driving on through, no problems. Now we got enough fuel, let's leave the all-wheel drive on just for some easier driving. Shouldn't be too bad with just the carriage trailer on there for the rest of it. I didn't even think of the winch, really. That would have been a good idea, actually. Probably would have made the picking up the trailer a lot easier. Alright, so now we'll head on back down, pick up some more logs, jump into the road there, and then we should be able to finish the mission here fairly quickly. Since we know what we're doing. Bum 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 bum. Excellent, looking good, looking good. And nice little depression there, so we got that. Because I didn't fill the trailer up, I filled the truck up here. I just wanted to repair it and top off the fuel before we left here. Because this should be the last run that we have to make. So I just wanted to use its repair points since it was out there versus going all the way back to the garage, fixing it up, and then driving all the way back out again. So I didn't really have any intention of bringing it with me because I don't need it for this cargo space, and it would just basically slow things down and make it harder for me to complete the objective, which is to get the last 2 points of logs, which will be the last 2 here. And we get into the nice slog territory that is always the loading areas here. They are never built on anything else than tiny little areas full of super deep mud. And we shouldn't have a problem loading up short logs here. Let me just do it now. There we go. Yep. And here we go. Let's just drive up and over. Hill, and then we'll line ourselves up. We'll push across the flooded area here, and then we should be able to make our push here pretty easily. Let's see, where are we? Ooh, actually down here. Okay, well, we'll just go up here and over. Oh yeah, I mean, I know that any loading area is going to be like that when it comes to actual logging, especially in the terrains that we're doing here. You know, in the Solent, this literally got flooded, so of course it's going to be super deep and everything like that. I just wish they'd made the loading area just a little bit bigger, so you could like turn one of the C-Series trucks around. That'd be nice. And it looks like we are on another episode here, so we will have to finish out this one. I don't know, it's not going to take that long. I think we'll just finish this one out, and so we're on the last bit here. So we'll finish on this episode, finish the map here, so we'll just run a little bit over time, but that's fine. And that is, of course, assuming we don't flip the truck, get bogged down the river here, / flooded area, or, you know, die. And it's kind of more damage than I thought would happen here. Over, protect ourselves from the water there. We'll try and go over here a little bit more. Water is so small, kids dog. The loading areas, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you want to keep your areas for logging, not for loading, or anything like that. But still, like, even just a little bit, even just a little bit bigger, like, would it really kill you? Even like another 2 meters of space would easily allow a C-Series vehicle to turn around, something like that. Alright, looks like we didn't take much more damage in there. Oh, yeah, there's that last ditch there. Almost stuck here. Up and over. We can do it. Do we have to winch out? Almost. Almost. Yes, we got it. Alright. Now we're cruising. Let's head on out here. Now this vehicle, we could definitely tip over pretty easily. Should go straight. I mean, if it flips and we don't lose the load, we would be okay. Because there's definitely enough vehicles here with enough power. We could definitely rescue the truck here. We'd probably use the 700 for it. But if we flip, if we lose the load, then we lose our progress. But if we don't lose the load, then we still have a chance of winching it back upright. And I think if you land on your side without, basically if this is parallel to the ground, you're okay. I think it's a little bit, if this is pointing towards the ground some, if the top is angling into it, I think we're tough. Yeah, the flood, I mean, if you can make it through the water, then you're okay. But making it through the water can be a challenge. I mean, I didn't go through a significant portion of the map, kind of for that reason, is once I found a good way to go, I didn't really want to try it out. Because, I mean, going through the water is tough, yes, but it's not like fun tough. Like, slogging through the mud, finding a way to winch yourself out of things, using 2 trucks to drag through, like, up a hill or something like that, that's interesting. And like thinking about angles and the physics of it and trying to see if things will work and stuff like that. But the water, it's just, you know, it's kind of like luck. If you drive into a ditch, then you drive into a ditch and screw you, and because you didn't know it was there, but, you know, what are you going to do? But, I don't know. River is interesting because you just know where it is. It's the river. You can see where the currents are pretty easily. You just gotta cross it. Nope, you know, it's a stated challenge. There it is. The flood here. It's like, let's drive, you know, 750 meters, most of the map, when you can't see where you're driving. So as long as I don't do anything dumb here, we should be okay. Now granted, I've ditched the truck much closer than this, so until I hit unload logs, I don't really like to count victories here. But it appears we should do this one map here. Probably like, well, not counting the time I spent between episodes, or like hour 40-ish. So about 100 minutes or so, hour 40. Game time will probably be close to 2 hours or so. You'll see up in the map there. And we'll get to complete the objective. Boom. Oh, hour 35. Nailed it. Used unconscionable amount of fuel. And did a lot of driving. Good job. Oh, that was an interesting one. I don't know. I like the start of Flood, where you don't have a garage and you have to get there with the trucks you start with. I like that. I think that's interesting. I think it's probably the best part of the map, to be honest with you. I don't know. It's definitely not one of my favorites, but it's fine. I mean, I like the start. The start really saves it. So, you know, because you don't know what you're going to start out with. And you don't know, you know, if you don't make it with the garage truck, you're done. Like, if you flip the garage truck, you have to drag it there somehow for it to work. But as it is, we made it, and we completed it just fine here. Thanks for watching, everybody. I think we're going to stop with Spintires for now, so I'll see you next episode if you're watching on YouTube. If you're streaming here, we'll see you a little back later. I'm not sure if we'll play Spintires again. We will be on later today. As always, just follow and subscribe to get the best information of when we're on and what we'll be playing. Again, I'm Dead Man Command. Can't even say my own name right sometimes. Thanks for watching.